Hi Flosstube friends, welcome to my channel, Crafty Cat Stitcher. My name is Kathy and this is a channel about cross stitch and about other things that I might do. It's mostly cross stitch, that's my main craft, hobby, whatever you want to call it. But I do other things too, and you will see a couple of other things in today's video. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate it. This is video number 105. And it's Sunday, September the, let me look at my calendar, 28th, 2025. I am glad that you are here with me today, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I've got all kinds of things to talk about, and it's been about a month since I've been here last, and that's what I said. I was aiming for about 3 weeks to a month, I think, so did pretty good, I think. So thank you for tuning in, and I want to get started. I'm looking at my notes. I do have notes. I always do. I've been doing this for a really long time, and I just don't think I would remember everything. I think I'd leave something out if I didn't have a little page of notes. And I keep all my notes in this little booklet, this little notebook thing that I have had for a long time, and I just put everything in there that I want to talk about during a video. So I'm going to start with whips, and you know, it might seem like I don't have very many, but I think what I did was I spent more time than I usually do on each whip that I worked on. So it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know how you do it, but I don't have a set rotation. I don't do seasonal stitching. I don't say, well, today, you know, this is fall, so I'm only going to do fall. I don't do that. I stitch whatever I think needs working on or something that I want to work on. So the first one I worked on during the last few weeks is Bluebird Boarding House by Blue Ribbon Designs, and that's what it looks like. And I really like this one, and I like everything I'm stitching, but the color combination in this was so pretty. So I'm stitching this on even weave, 32 count. It's probably Lugana. I have a needle stuck in it, which I tend to do sometimes. And there it is. Stitching it in all of the called for colors. And I got a lot done. I love that house. I love the color of it. I think it's so pretty. But I worked a lot on those stems that the bluebirds are sitting on. So it's getting there. Sorry, I don't normally iron. I don't like to over iron. I don't know if that's a thing. It's just a thing with, I think it's a thing with me. I also started my first Carolyn Manning designs. Yeah, so my sister Sheila gave me this one, Apricot Lemonade, a little while ago. And there it is. Isn't that pretty? The colors in it, look at them. So pretty. And I'm stitching this one on a, it's a fabric, I think it's Atomic Ranch. And it's a mottled lavender, but I got a little bit of a start on it, and you can see it. Yeah, there it is. Again, I'm using all the call for DMC because I like it and I like the colors in it. I'm going to do something a little different than what it calls for. It does call, there are spaces in this, and it calls for a lavender DMC in these areas, but since I'm using a lavender fabric, I'm not stitching that at all. I'm going to put those flowers in back stitching right on the fabric, and I'm not going to worry about it. and I think it's going to be beautiful. So that is a start. Here's another new start. And the reason I started this one is because I do a stitched ornament for my son and daughter-in-law every year. I started this way back when even before they got married, because I thought they need ornaments for their tree. And I just got in the habit of doing this, and I like it. It's like a tradition now, and I think I hope they like it. So I decided to go Prairie Schooler this year, and it's in the Santa's and Snowman leaflet number 151. And this is from 2008. I don't think I've ever stitched any of these, but I love Prairie Schooler, and I decided to stitch this one right here, that little Santa and the reindeer. And if I get done and I have a lot of time, I'll do this one right here. I like him. So I'm doing this on a tan beige, very neutral 32 count linen. And I did do a little bit of color changing for this. Not yet. These are all the called for, but I think I substituted a green. Loud car going down the street. We have a lot of loud cars in our neighborhood. I have no idea why. And fast. They go really fast. We live in a subdivision. It's not like it's like some road that, I don't know. I just think people need to be a little bit more careful. There's the old lady in me coming out. I don't know. And then I took out my oldest whip dimensions kit, and it's Angel of Divinity stocking. I started this so many years ago. I don't even know anymore how many years ago I started this one. This is one of those projects. Do you ever have a project like this where you work on it for hours and hours, and then when you're after those hours and hours, you just say, what did I even do? This doesn't even look like it did anything. And that's this project. And it's a it's a dimensions kit. So there's full cross stitch, half cross stitch, blended threads, use 1 strand, use 3 strands. It's all over the place. Oh, and don't forget metallics. There's metallics. The one thing that doesn't have are beads. And that's what I've got so far. Now, you might say, hey, you're doing really good. I've got so much more to do. I mean, I'm going to show you little bits at a time. So I worked on this section right in here. I got a lot of this part done. Then I started filling in what needs to get filled in here. Now what I'm trying to do right now is work down and do like sections at a time. And I know right up here is a place for a name, and then there's another one of these bands up here. But I don't know what name I want to put in there, so I'm not going to do that yet. It will get done. The angel is mostly done. There's some parts of her wings that need to get filled in. I should probably just do that next time I pull this out. And part of her dress. And then it's just a lot. It's a lot. So, but it's pretty. And I do want to finish it. I don't want to UFO this at all. And it's just seems like it is taking me forever. Okay, no seems like. It just is. Okay, and I did, because I worked on that, I wanted to reward myself with something fun and fall-like, because I came to the conclusion I don't have enough fall, just fall things. Now, I'm not talking Halloween or Thanksgiving, I'm talking fall. So, years back, I stitched this Cricut collection, Be Ye Thankful. That goes up every Thanksgiving. But there's also a cute little acorn right there. Can you see it? Yeah. And I've always liked it. And that's really the reason why I kept this chart, was so that I could stitch the acorn. And I thought this is a great time. So I have some really bright saturated gold fabric. I don't know what this is. And it's 32 count. I did figure that out. And I gave it a start. Again, I'm using most of the called for DMC, but I did change a couple of the colors. Simply because I don't have them, and I have similar colors. So I think in this case, it might be another green that I didn't have, and I decided I was gonna just pull something close. I have one of those DMC, the DMC floss things that has the actual pieces of thread in it. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit there. It has the little threads in it, and I just found a similar color that looked good for that. And it's like greens. There's all kinds of greens you can use, and they'll all look good. So we're not going to worry about that, right? So anyway, it was a good new start. I worked on that for just, I think, one day, and I like it. I think it's cute, and just something different, something a little bit easier to work on after the stocking. I wonder when I'm going to finally get that stocking done. I am having really weird lighting issues. I don't even, I can't. I have a rolling cart that I put my camera on, and I don't know. I guess it's okay. We're just going to go with it. I want to show you what I finished. I have a actual finish. And this is the Erica Michaels, and it's the Nightingale Strawberry. This is a kit that my friend Jackie from Cross My Stitches gave to me. And I decided I was going to, and I showed it to you last month, last video. And I showed you the finish, but this is the FFO. I have never made a stitched strawberry before, and I think really this should be higher. I probably made too much up here. I don't know. But actually, it's good, and I like it. And to me, this is a summery kind of thing. This is something I'll put out in the summer. And I was watching Jackie's video where she finished a bunch of these. Oh, you got to go watch Cross My Stitches. It might have been her last video or second to the last one. And she showed some finishes, and she finished these so beautifully. She put the crushed walnut shells in the bottom and then stuffed the top with fiberfill. And really, I wish I would have done that. So, you know what? Lesson learned. I've made fabric strawberries before, but this is my first time doing a stitched one. And it did come out really cute. See? Look. I like him. So cute. So that is a good finish, and I'm very happy with it. I'm really proud of my little efforts. So strawberry, yeah. So I'm going to do some more of those for sure. Okay. Also in Jackie's in one of her videos, one of the last few, she showed a lot of her fall decor that she has made, cross-stitched and other. And I just wanted to show you what I've got. Now, like I said, I don't have much that's just fall, but I'm going to show you what I have stitched for fall so that, you know, you could see it and maybe get an idea. I will show you Halloween in the next video, and then after that we'll go to Thanksgiving, so we can spread this out a little bit. The first one, this is a chart that I got from That's So Kelly. And I don't know if she's designing anymore. I don't think so. I'm not sure. But I finished it like, I wanted to finish it like she had it finished. So I stitched this on a very neutral, light, even weave, changed some of the colors, but but they're very much like what she had. And then I found a really good coordinating fabric and put the little patch, the pumpkin on. And I dyed my own rack for it to go with it. So that's the back. I thought I did a pretty good job of this one. This is exactly how I wanted it finished. I did the seam on the back and sewed it together, and there it is. So that's one. And then I have here, this one's cute, I like this. Misty Purcell Luminous Fiber Arts. And this is Gathering Acorns. So cute. I did this on a linen, and it's probably 32. And this is the one if you have been watching me for a while, you might remember what happened with this. I just chose a color, I think it was Weeks Dye Works Terracotta, and then I ran out. And the only ones I could get did not, the dye lots were so different. That happens, right? That happens. Dye lots change. Something you bought 5 years ago might not be what you're going to get now. And it was poor planning and lesson learned. See, even after all these years of stitching, I've been stitching for a long time, and I'm still learning things. And you just make sure that you have enough floss. That's what you got to do. But and people were so nice, sent me floss and gave me all kinds of suggestions. I ended up doing a floss blend, and you really can't tell, I don't think. And it doesn't matter. It's fine. But it's so cute. I did that too. On this one, I did the open back. It was seamed back, and then I hand sewed it closed. But there he is. Isn't that pretty? I like that one. This one I did last year. I was graciously lent this chart, and I wanted this, and I didn't pick this up when it was available. It's Hands-On Design Philanthropic Pumpkin. And it was a kit, and it all went to charity, I think, and it was just very limited. And it came with everything. But when I got the chart, which was great. And it was sort of like a little challenge for me to finish it. So I did the stitching, which was a lot of fun. It's a very pretty chart to stitch, real pretty, so you can see it. Very fall-like. So what I did was I went over to Hobby Lobby, and I found a kind of a rusty orange fabric just in their quilting section. And then I had to make my own little stem, and I used wire and twill tape that I hand dyed, and I also hand dyed the rickrack to try to match what was on the chart. And then I bought some copper wire and did that, and I had some ribbon already, and it's all set. So this sits out. I have a tiered tray with some ball things on it. This sits in there. So that's very cool. So, okay. All right. So let's see. What do I have? So I just wanted to show you one other thing that I made for fall. And I had been seeing these for quite a few years. These got really popular, these little crocheted pumpkins. And I had been wanting to try one, and so I said, this is the year I'm going to try one. And basically, I just used a compilation of different instructions that I found online. And basically what you do is you crochet a small rectangle, slip stitch the short ends together, and then you gather around the bottom. Just take a needle and some yarn and you pull it. And it closes up for the most part. And if it doesn't, I just went back and forth a few times with some yarn. And then you stuff it and do the same thing on the top. You go around it, pull it tight. There it is. And I happen to have another one of these little, I think my husband went out in the yard and cut some of these little stems for me. I think they're perfect. All I did was glue it. That's it. I just used Aleene's. That's not going anywhere. But I think it came out really cute. And this is just yarn, some cotton off-white yarn that I had in the house. And I will definitely make more of these because they're so cute. They're cute and squishy. My daughter-in-law said, where are you going to put that? Keep it away from the cats. And I thought, yeah, this is something that they would probably like. So, yeah, it goes way up. I can trust them for the most part, but there are certain things they like that I just can't leave out. And for some reason, they like, I have a little strawberry that was made for me by a friend. They like that. And I have a little felt pumpkin that another friend made for me, and they like that too. So I really have to keep an eye on them. And neither of these things are anything that they can destroy. So, or that could hurt them. So, but I just got to keep an eye on these cats because they get into stuff. I also did another crochet project. I'm going to put a picture of it here, and it's I always wanted to try amigurumi. Is that how you say it? It's little crocheted, little Japanese inspired little animals. And there's just the most excellent instructions on YouTube. And I think it was called Camp Cross Stitch, I think. And if it's not, I'm going to put the name of this, I'll put a link to this video below. If you're interested in doing this, it turned out so cute. I made a little whale. And I'm going to put the picture of the front right here. And then the picture of the side so you can see the side. And I gave it to my niece who loves little things like that. So it was perfect. But it was like, I really wanted to stretch my crochet abilities and try something new and a little challenging. But if you're going to get into this is a great way to do it because every stitch is explained. It's not like some patterns or some online instructions. Okay, so you're going to do this and you're going to stick it in here and it's like, wait a minute, what did you just do? Where did you put that hook? And you can't really tell. But there was a guy that did this, and he just, you put the hook in here this way, and then you do this. And I thought, this is so perfect for a beginner like me. I have basic crochet skills, but so anyway, I hope you liked that. It was just something fun that I did, and I would do more. Let's see what I can come up with. So last video, I asked the question. Remember, I'm going to do a little question every video, and you can answer it in comments if you want, or you don't. But my last time's question was, why do you stitch? And the answers, every one of them, I just said, yeah. It was to relax. It's because stitching is just something I do, and it's just like ingrained in me. I love seeing a project go from nothing to totally completed. I like making things to give away and to just have an accomplishment. And I liked all those answers. And it was so interesting to see why people stitch. And I think every one of those answers applies to me. So thank you for participating in that. This one, today's question is, do you have an unwritten cross stitch rule for yourself, not for anybody else? It's just for you. Cross stitch is a good hobby because there are so few rules. There are, you could probably count on one hand how many rules you have. And you basically do what you want to do. But is there something that you just say, I will never, or I will always? Like, I know people that say, I will never stitch on linen. And other people say, I will never stitch on Aida. I will never use certain kinds of needles, or I will always use this kind of needle. Or do you have a never or an always? Now, for me, I have one that I'm saying never, but it's almost like, no, you can't really, you can never say never because things can change over time. Back in the probably 90s, I went to this craft fair and I bought a wooden scroll frame. And I thought, man, this is going to make my life so easy. I've got a bigger project, put it on there. And I put it on this thing and I could never get it tightened up. It was not a very well-made scroll frame. And I just said, I can't use this thing. I ended up giving it away eventually. I tried. I gave it a chance. I gave it many chances. And I eventually gave it away. And I said, I'm never going to use one of those things again. They're just bad. And then along comes roller frame. And it changed my view totally. But back then I was saying, I'm never gonna. And so I just want to know if you have a, I'm never gonna, or I'm always gonna, or I'm always gonna use Aida cloth. I'm always gonna just stitch on Aida. That's it. Or I'm always going to, have, I'm always going to use DMC. I'm never going to use anything else. So do you have one of those? Here's mine. That was my old one. I don't have that one anymore. See, never say never. But my current one is, I am only going to stitch from printed patterns. I know that might be a little controversial with things like Pattern Keeper coming out. And I'm not against it. I think it's great. And there's people that it really helps. And I just, for many reasons, I don't want to use it. First, my main reason, and maybe this will change, I don't have a tablet. The closest thing I have to a tablet is a Kindle, and it does not work on Kindle. I can't, there's nothing unless you tell me there is. But I like to have a paper pattern. I like that pattern. I don't mark off what I've stitched. I don't do any of that. I just like to have that sitting in front of me. And if I can see the whole pattern, the better. If I can't, it's okay. But I don't know why. It's like I would just rather have that paper there. And it has nothing to do with me being old and being afraid of technology. I'm not afraid of technology. I worked in settings where I had to use technology. Not afraid of it. I edit my own videos, and that's always an ongoing learning experience. Editing, yeah. I don't know what kind of editing you have, but I have a certain editing program that I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things. And I'm working on it. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of technology. But it's just that it's not my preference. The other thing is that there's so many hours of the day when I'm staring at a screen and I just don't want to do it anymore. I'd rather look at that pattern. I would rather get this pattern out and open it up, and I'm not going to open it, but I would rather just look at that and see what I'm stitching. How about you? What do you have? I mean, like I said, never say never. I don't know. Maybe someday there's going to be something out there that's going to work better for me, and I won't mind looking at that screen. I don't know. Yeah. So just let me know in your comments if you want, if you wish to. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, putting your thoughts in there for me. I mean, I think it's kind of cool. So, and I do care what you think. All right. New stuff. What did I get? Oh, I won a giveaway. I don't win giveaways very often. Once in a while. And I was watching Karen, the Stitching Owl, and she had a giveaway. And I won a gift certificate to 123 Stitch. So I went over there, and I already had this chart. This one right here. Let's see, I already had it. And one of my commenters made a comment about stitching it on brown. And so I decided I was going to get some brown fabric. And yeah, there you go. It's slightly lighter in person, and I got all the floss for it. And there's one floss color that might be problematic with the fabric, but I can always change it. But I think it's gonna look really pretty. So big project, and I got some great things with it. So thank you, Karen, Stitching Owl. I appreciate that. I had to go to Hobby Lobby yesterday. I'll tell you what mainly for, but picked up some yarn in a burnt orange so I can make some more pumpkins. Yarn. For you cross stitchers or crocheters out there. And I got my frame. The color is not coming through real well, but I talked about my finish of Life Tree last video, and I got some good ideas of what to do. And I decided, well, I know I want to do it myself. I want to save a little money. I like to save money when I can, when it's practical. But for this project, I didn't want to just get a thrifted frame. I wanted to do something really special because it took me so long to stitch. And I went to Hobby Lobby and I said, I just want to order a frame. And she was so nice and helped me pick out, this is a very dark, and it's got some reddish in it, which isn't really coming through well. But this is going to be perfect. And this is probably about as big as I want to frame myself. This is kind of pushing the envelope a little bit for framing myself. She cut the glass. I got some good glass. She explained why that was good, and it really, the cost of the really good glass wasn't that much more than the regular glass, and I did want glass. I got, they cut a mat board for me and some spacers, and I think it's great. I think that everything is exactly how I want it, and that's my goal, was to have that framed by the end of the year, and I will have it framed by the end of the year. So I'll work on that. I don't know if I'm going to pin it or lace it or do what. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'll figure it out, and it's going to turn out good. I know it will. So that was a major expenditure. It would have cost a lot more if I had them do it. They told me about a process that to me is a little scary, that they bond. And I don't know, I think there might be different ways when you bring in needlework. But this particular one, they bond it to a board. It's kind of like sticky board. It'll never come off. And I thought, in the rare instance that something happens to this frame and then that piece gets dirty, or that glass breaks and this piece gets dirty, I can never do anything with it. And I thought, no. And I just told her, I said, no, I'm going to do this myself. And she was so nice. I mean, it cost me enough the way it was and wasn't cheap, but it's good. It's all good. It's all good. I had a really good gift card that somebody gave me, and I used it to go toward this frame. So this is going to be a fun challenge to do. It's, like I said, is about the biggest thing I'll ever frame myself. So wish me luck. So that's it. That's the new stuff. I didn't get anything else that I can think of right now. No, that's it. So that was really good. But I did get a few new things, though. That one of our Stitch Day members, or Stitch Group members, brought a bunch of fabric that she was just giving away. And people were real happy to take it. And at the end of the day, there was some even weave. This looks to me like 28 count even weave, maybe off-white. I can do some fabric dyeing. And I've been saying that for months. I gotta dye some fabric. I really have to. So I got a couple of pieces of that. And sort of like a pretty tan. Just giving it away. It's great. She made our group very happy. And we're always thankful for people that share different things in our group. We have drawings every month, and it's always nice to get a chart to put in our drawing, and people love it. I think they do. So, okay. And then my group is going great. We're up to 89 members, I think, right now. So, and we have a good little group that meets up. People come and go. It's like you don't always see the same people every month. And last month we were back at the library, and I think we had 10. And we had a lady come, and she looked into the room. She was looking in the room, and one of our members said, "Can we answer any questions for you?" And she came in, she said, yeah, she was, I do beadwork, and I used to have a group, and we met at the library, but since COVID, we just don't meet anymore. And we said, well, you can join us. She became a member on the spot and had her stuff in the car, went and got it, and sat down with us. That's the kind of group I got. And that's the kind of group I like. We welcome everyone. So, all right. I had a giveaway for this. I did random number generator. Trust me, I did. And the winner of this is Amicon Studio. So make sure that you email me at the email address below, and I will send this out to you. Remember how cute that was? It had fabric and floss and a little charm and even a needle in there. That's a complete kit right there. There it is. So Amicon Studio, please send me an email. I'm going to do another giveaway because why not? Here's one I stitched and got done, and I haven't done anything with it yet, but I will. It's in good shape. Everything's, all the instructions and charts there. Okay, Honey Fair by October House Fiber Arts, sorry. So if you would like Honey Fair by October House Fiber Arts, just say bees, bees, bees in your comment. Please don't say giveaway or drawing or I'd like to win or anything like that. Okay, you got to be 18. And this one's for US only. I can only do US. It's postage is out of control. And I will in the future do one for everybody, do a drawing for everybody, but this month this is just US. I apologize to my international friends. But if you would like to say bees, thank you. That is it. That's all I got. I'm sitting there, that's all I got. My plans are to just keep stitching my, just whatever I want. That's what I do. I think I'm going to put extra concentration into my prairie schooler ornaments because, it's already, October starts, what, Wednesday? Let me look. Wednesday. I got to get my ornaments done. I actually want to have them done before Thanksgiving. So I've got plenty of time. I can do it. Even if I did two of I'm pretty sure I can do both of them. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't have any plans of anything to buy. And I'm going to be working on framing my life tree in this beautiful frame that I have. I got to find a safe place to put it. Well, before that happens because cats, not that they would do anything. One of my cats did something she'd never done before. We have a TV cat, looks like an armoire for our TV and stereo equipment. It has two doors that open like that. And we were in the living room and the doors to it were open. Right next to it, we have stereo speakers. She jumped up on the stereo speaker and used one of the doors to get on top of the cabinet. I've never seen her do that before, and that is so dangerous because the door's swaying. And she got yelled at, and my husband had to go up there and rescue her because she couldn't figure out how to get down. And so later on, I saw her trying to do it again, and I very sternly told her no. So just kind of watch out for them. They're not kittens, but they are just full of energy and curiosity and all other things that can get them in trouble. So that is it. That's it for the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am so glad that you joined me today. Especially if you're still here, I have really no life updates. It's just kind of, we're getting into that fall season and I'm ready for it. And that's about it for me for life updates. I mean, nothing earth-shattering going on right now. So, and I just hope you come back, especially if you're new. And if you haven't subscribed already, I wish you would. I really am asking you to go ahead and just hit the subscribe. And then you'll see when my next video will be between 3 and 4 weeks from now. And I can give you an update on what I've done since today. So I hope that you are getting in plenty of stitching time and that you're enjoying it as much as I do. And leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing and answer my question if you want. And remember the giveaway. And I will see you next time. Bye.